Alright, what's going on guys, it's Apoqsi, and CD Projekt RED just dropped a massive and unexpected announcement yesterday for the future of the Witcher franchise and a huge change for them as a studio, as they shadow dropped a press release for the next installment in the Witcher series. Something we weren't expecting to hear about so soon after Cyberpunk 2077, especially before we know anything about the first expansion. And while I'm trying my best not to get excited this early, there is some very interesting details I think you're going to enjoy. So we're going to run through this and discuss some important details along the way, as they left some questions to be answered. We're happy to announce that the next installment in the Witcher series of video games is currently in development, kicking off a new saga for the franchise. Now, that statement alone is going to get a number of people excited, as this is the first official confirmation of a new game in the Witcher series since the release of The Witcher 3. And there are even more fans of the franchise now thanks to the popularity of the Netflix series. And just hearing that the game is in development is going to be enough to get some people more than interested. But that wasn't all the information they gave us either, as on top of the new teaser image, which features what looks like a Lynx medallion and the phrase "A new saga begins," we got a huge bit of information for the development of the game and a huge change for CD Projekt RED. Something quite unexpected. This is an exciting moment as we're moving from REDengine to Unreal Engine 5. Beginning a multi-year strategic partnership with Epic Games. It covers not only licensing, but technical development of Unreal Engine 5, as well as potential future versions of Unreal Engine, where relevant. We'll closely collaborate with Epic Games' developers, with the primary goal being to help tailor the engine for open-world experiences. I'd have to say this is by far more unexpected than the confirmation of The Witcher 4, which it probably won't be called, but nonetheless, I'd say the latter was expected, but the former I didn't see coming at all. CD Projekt RED's REDengine is a very impressive proprietary in-house engine, so to see them drop it for Unreal Engine 5 is quite significant, in my opinion. And either says a lot about Unreal Engine 5, which I think is a very good engine, or says even more about the state of REDengine. We've been seeing a wide range of studios opting for Unreal Engine 5 since the reveal of its capabilities, but we have yet to see it truly taken advantage of, as the only real game that uses it right now is Fortnite, which made the switch from UE4 to UE5 in Chapter 3. We of course also recently had The Matrix Awakens, which was more of a tech demo, but brought with it a lot of comparisons to Cyberpunk 2077. Fortnite isn't exactly a game that takes full advantage of the engine, so just to give you some idea of upcoming games and studios using it, Arcane Studios is using it for Redfall, Team Clout is using it for Ill, Game Science is using it for Black Myth Wukong, Ninja Theory is using it for Hellblade 2, GSC Game World is using it for Stalker 2, the Coalition is using it for multiple projects, and there are rumors of other big titles using it, such as Mass Effect 4, the new BioShock, The Outer Worlds 2, and State of Decay 3. Unreal Engine is taking over as the go-to engine for many studios and publishers, which seems to be for good reason. The technology in it is insane. And CD Projekt RED isn't just using Unreal Engine 5 as a part of this partnership with Epic Games either, as they will be helping to shape the future development of the engine itself to tailor it for open world experiences, which will mean a positive influence for other upcoming open world games using the engine, and is great news for the industry as a whole, as more and more studios are starting to use Unreal Engine 5. It also just offloads the insane amount of work required to upkeep a proprietary engine to another company that specializes in engine development, with collaboration around the entire industry. And all of that was reinforced by a statement from Tim Sweeney, founder and CEO of Epic Games. Epic has been building Unreal Engine 5 to enable teams to create dynamic open worlds at an unprecedented scale and level of fidelity. We are deeply honored by the opportunity to partner with CD Projekt RED to push the limits of interactive storytelling and gameplay together, and this effort will benefit the developer community for years to come. Well, I personally love Cyberpunk 2077, and I think it's a beautiful looking game. It did almost come off as the use of REDengine was becoming cumbersome behind the scenes and brought up a number of technical hurdles for the team during the development of Cyberpunk 2077. So I think this is overall a smart move and will hopefully allow them to avoid such development issues, almost similar to that of many EA studios, which suffered with the forced use of the proprietary Frostbite engine. Unreal Engine is also a very common skill set in the games industry, so this should also help significantly with developer onboarding, as they won't need to learn a proprietary engine. And this all seems to line up closely with what CTO of CDPR, Paweł, had to say in regards to this and future games being developed using Unreal Engine 5. One of the core aspects of our internal RED 2.0 transformation is a much stronger focus on technology, and our cooperation with Epic Games is based on this principle. From the outset, we did not consider a typical licensing arrangement. Both we and Epic see this as a long-term, fulfilling tech partnership. It is vital for CD Projekt RED to have the technical direction of our next game decided from the earliest possible phase. As in the past, we spent a lot of resources and energy to evolve and adapt REDengine with every subsequent game release. This cooperation is so exciting because it will elevate development predictability and efficiency, while simultaneously granting us access to cutting-edge game development tools. I can't wait for the great games we're going to create using Unreal Engine 5. So to me, the partnership with Epic Games and the use of Unreal Engine 5 is very exciting, as the engine looks to be very promising and will hopefully mean a more polished release for their future games. Of course, only time will tell on that one. We'll have to see if that was indeed one of their major issues. But with this partnership, many people understandably are worried or jumping to the conclusion that this will mean exclusivity for the Epic Games Store. Thankfully, but also not so thankfully, CD Projekt RED quickly responded to this and stated, "We are not planning on making the game exclusive to one storefront." I will say, as much as I appreciate their quick response, I despise their wording, as this statement would still hold true if the game didn't release on Steam, but instead just released on Epic Games Store and GOG, as it technically wouldn't be releasing exclusive to one storefront. So this might have just been a poor choice of words, or was intentionally meant to leave some wiggle room for exclusivity. I'll definitely need a more solid confirmation myself that there won't be any Epic Games exclusivity funny business. As well, Epic Games has done great things for the industry with Unreal Engine, they have done some absolutely terrible things for the PC community with their aggressive exclusivity tactics. That said, at this point, there are no further details regarding the game, such as a development timeframe or release date. I think that's pretty obvious with CD Projekt RED at this point, and I honestly wouldn't want any form of timeframe or release date anyways. They also did note that REDengine will, of course, still be used to power the development of the upcoming Cyberpunk 2077 expansion, so it's nice to hear that they aren't completely abandoning the game, but in multiple cases, the reference to the Cyberpunk 2077 expansion was singular with no hints of further expansions, so we now have a new worry spreading around the community, that being that there will only be one expansion for Cyberpunk 2077. If that's the case, it will leave a lot of people very disappointed, as the story and characters in the game are what people love the most. And we were expecting the same number of expansions as The Witcher 3. But potentially due to the poor release of Cyberpunk 2077 and the necessary patches, we could be seeing an early abandonment for the game, with only one meaningful expansion ahead. I really hope that isn't the case, as this game could really use some more story content, but I'd suggest that you mentally prepare yourselves to find out that there won't be more expansions beyond the first one, especially if it doesn't sell well. We'll likely find out soon after the reveal or release of the first expansion, which will hopefully be sometime soon. I'd love to know what you would like to see in a Witcher 4 or whatever it will be called, and your thoughts on their move to Unreal Engine 5. I think this is quite exciting news and will hopefully mean good things for CD Projekt RED moving forward. But that's it for this video. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please smack that like button down below, subscribe, join the good fight if you haven't already, and ring that bell icon to stay updated in all of my future videos. It'd be super greatly appreciated as always. And until next time, this is Apoqsi signing off.